Hello guys, today we're going to be doing a video on Apex Legends using the GTX 1050 Ti. We're running a Ryzen 3700X with 32GB of RAM running at 3200 MHz. Alright, let's jump into the settings. We're going to be starting it off with 1080p on the low settings. Don't know what to expect since it's my first time using the 1050 Ti with Apex, but hoping to get 70 to 80 FPS. Ultimate accelerant hit.
Enemy spotted.
Contact with hostile.
Two enemies down there.
Let's explore
Oh.
this way.
Marking our surroundings.
We could check out here.
I didn't get any extra heals. Oh, I'm trolling. It's right though.
Scratch that.
We won't need them. .108 FPS, I think that's what our frame rate was. 120 inside.
1 minute before
Oh, so this
the
card does pretty well.
We have time.
In most games, it does really well. You're pretty much stuck. He's moving is insanely quick. I didn't move.
Cracked an enemy shield.
Down and hostile.
What's up, boss?
30 seconds until the ring closes. You like cutting it close, huh? I think that.
Who shot me? This dude? I can't move.
Hostile close.
That entire squad has fallen.
Nice kill.
Let's go. Okay.
Come on.
Hey, not bad, huh? Probably really bad, actually. Now, one thing with playing on low,
Oh no.
1080p, is that visibility is kind of difficult. Oh, run. That was a really bad frame drop using the ult. One guy's aiming. The game runs well for the most part, but when you use your ult on bloodhound anyway, you pretty much lose all your frames and fall into the 50s. That was awful to aim. Get him, boys!
I can't believe I'm standing still.
What a legend.
Alright.
Alright, that was actually pretty bad, I gotta say.
Hells yeah. Half this
I will
squad's are repairing.
increase it a little bit. Let's go to medium settings. Medium. We don't want to do these. Disable. I think our squad took all the healing and all that.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Wow, going from low to medium actually tanked our FPS. Or it could be this area. This area might be just very difficult to run. We'll see as we move along to an indoor area. We shall see. Yeah, there we go. As we leave the area, we gain our FPS back before into the 60s. I think we got 45 FPS in that area, and that's pretty bad. It's unplayable at that point. The aiming is really, really bad. But we'll try to make it work. I think the sweet spot for this card is always 900p. 1050 Ti 900p is golden. It looks pretty good, runs really well. 1080p seems to be very inconsistent. Some games are really good, some games are just not so good. This is gonna kill our frame rate, but let's just try it out for the fun of it. Yo, don't hit me, chill. 33 FPS. I think the Switch version runs at 30 FPS and has crossplay with players on
Right here.
other consoles. I don't know how that's even playable at that point when you're playing at 30 FPS on a Switch, but this is the Switch-like experience where you're playing at 30. Not very competitive at all. You want to get at least 100 FPS, I think, for this type of game, and a consistent 70-80 as well. If you want to have a competitive experience, if you're playing casually, then you can play at 50. 45 even, and we'll be fine, I guess. There's games like Tarkov where you can be playing the game at 45 FPS and the game still feels really smooth, even with the aiming. And there's games like Apex where you will need to have at least 60 FPS the whole time for you to have a good, smooth experience. That's probably because how fast-paced this game is compared to Tarkov. Tarkov is a very slow-paced shooter. This is very fast-paced, so the game does look a little pixelated as well, I should say. At both 1080p and 100p on low settings. Once you go up to medium, it doesn't look too bad because we've got anti-aliasing running and stuff like that. But on low settings, it does look very pixelated. I am running a 27-inch screen, which doesn't help with the quality, since we're running 1080p and 100p on a bigger screen. So if you're running a 21-inch or a 24-inch screen, this will look a lot better as well. Another thing that you could do is you could go into the NVIDIA control panel and enable NIS, which will upscale the image from 900p or 720p, whatever you're planning on, to 1080p, and it will also give it an extra sharpening as well. Honestly, this looks much better. This looks, and I think anti-aliasing alone makes this look way better than it did before. So now we're running the game on low settings, but with anti-aliasing set to TAA, I believe. And look at that, we gained 20 FPS from that, 20-30 FPS from just doing that. And the game, now it looks a little bit blurry. Now the game doesn't look pixelated anymore at least, but... So now what I did is I increased that texture filtering to max, and anti-aliasing is set to TAA. See, the problem is that you can't spot enemies in the distance. It's very hard to see enemies. But frame rate wise, it's pretty good. So if you have experience with the game and you know what to look for, you probably won't have an issue. But I don't play Apex, and I definitely struggle to spot enemies. Let's go into a fight right here and see how it performs. What was that? Let's go, one pistol only.
Recharging my shields.
Hello. Alright, I think I'll have the video here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give it a like, and a subscription will be highly appreciated. See you next time.